10 seconds remaining.
You do have the Ember.
Remaining. TNC Predators turn.
There it is. So now the Ember being picked up, directly countering the TA. I'm going to say earlier on the Ember didn't look too strong in the earlier game that we saw. Still though, it does work decently up against that Naga Siren as well, just being able to cleave through those illusions.
10 seconds remaining.
TNC immediately just going straight into the Nature's Prophet now. I believe that'll be a Tim's Nature's Prophet. And that is a very scary thought, as this man has been pretty consistently good throughout the day. In fact, I'd say great. So giving him a hero where he can just be all over the map constantly is going to be a real headache for Reality Rift.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alright, what do you follow up with here?
TNC Predators turn.
So go into the Sanking. Because we saw KYXY do a lot of work on that Sanking last game. I do believe he'll be playing the Legion though this time around, so it should be a support Sanking. Still does work very well.
Seconds remaining. Ban.
Unless you were going to do something crazy like put the Legion jungle. That'd be kind of weird though. Or would it?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, final ban will be the Timbersaw from Ara. We saw the Gyrocopter being banned out from TNC. Generally speaking, you don't want to have to verse the Gyrocopter if you are playing a Naga Siren. That's a fair ban. But one final pickup for either side. We are still lacking a position 1 pick for Reality Rift.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
We'll let that reserve time tick down a bit. Letting it tick out.
TNC Predators turn.
Oh, the Troll Warlord will come out for Reality Rift now, and that's an interesting pick to say the least. Not the one I was expecting. I'm intrigued to see how this is going to pan out for them. Feels like you do have the necessary control from TNC to deal with this Troll Warlord.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And now the Drow Ranger will come out from TNC. Can't say I disagree with that pick. The Drought does just seem so strong in this new patch. So 2 interesting drafts. Again, TNC pretty desperate to get this win off RR. RR looking to stay undefeated if they possibly can in this game number 2. This will be both teams' last games of the day.
Ten seconds remaining.
Luckily for the side of RR, they do have a way to close the gap on the Drow in the form of the Sand King and of course Alacrity and KYXY, so it's not like this Drow is just going to be able to sit back and right click the whole time. Still, you've got to be worried about KP on that Naga Siren. He does love playing this hero. Does do a pretty darn good job of it as well. We'll get the game started. TNC really weren't messing around with this draft this time around. They just no kind of games being played by them. Straight to the point, no time wasting. They appear to be confident going into this game number 2.
A sour note.
Unfortunate.
I saw that ending from miles away. I saw that ending from miles away.
So it will indeed be a support Sand King as KYXY going to be on that Legion Commander. Hustler will take over on that pos for Sand King. Kind of curious to see how much farm Gabby can secure on this top lane. KYXY making a bit of a rotation early on. I think he's making his way down to the bot lane now. They've left Drew up at the top, so they want this Troll Warlord to be up against that Drow, which is pretty fair enough. Does seem like KYXY would just get harassed constantly in that off lane had he been left there.
The battle begins.
Still not going to be much easier up against KB though. They will get the bounty runes. I believe TNC may have just secured 3 bounty runes as, yeah, you'll see March just walk over, get the 3rd one for themselves, so a nice little start for TNC. Nuts will end up losing half his HP, but he'll just regen that up with the Tango. And of course, unsurprisingly, you'll see Armel up against Alacrity once again on the Ember versus the TA. Hard to know who this does really favor. I mean, Alacrity should have the advantage in a few levels, but so far Armel is certainly giving it to him. Hustler, nice little Burrow Strike out onto Gabby. They really want to pursue some damage. In fact, they may have just found first blood. Gabby going down straight away. Just one Burrow Strike is all it took, and Drew just slowed him down with the axes. So a very early start coming out for this Radiant side once again. Gabby certainly going to have to be a little bit more careful about his positioning as the laning stage goes on. You just wouldn't expect that at level 1 though. Speaking of being careful, Alacrity finds himself very, very low on the Ember.
I saw that ending from miles
Armel
away.
trying to give it to him. Nice Sideblade usage. KYXY bot lane, not really struggling up against KP quite yet. 10 last hits, 2 denies on the Legion. KP slightly behind with 7-0. It should slowly start to favor KP as the levels go on. KYXY, he has really been playing on point in these last few games that we've watched him in. So consistent on any hero he picks up. Looking back to that mid lane, Alacrity may end up going down, and does. Armel with the Meld Strike. Alacrity wasn't expecting that one to come out this early on, but Armel just punishing this Ember Spirit. This isn't exactly how you'd expect the lane to go, but now Alacrity finds himself one level behind Armel, and in fact he's trying to mad fight Armel, but he'll just keep moving forward. Suddenly Alacrity is very, very low once again. He does bring a salve with him at the least, so he will be able to sustain in the lane, but the longer this goes on, the higher Armel's going to get in levels, and the worse this trade's going to get. Gabby. Slow down Drew a bit. Drew has been farming pretty well at the top lane. 20 last hits, 3 denies on the Troll. Just hasn't seemed to struggle whatsoever. Not to mention, of course, he did get the first blood for his team. Just going to continue farming up this top lane. Gabby just doesn't seem to be able to slow him down whatsoever. Meanwhile, KP going to go for a bit of a creep skip. KYXY going to try and make it a bit more difficult than he would like. But, well, mid lane, Alacrity again getting very, very low. Armel trying to get those side blades off onto Alacrity. Won't be so lucky quite yet. Oh, there's one. Alacrity almost goes down, but March is there anyway. Nice rotation, and Alacrity, that's going to be his second death of the game. He's really trying to push this Ember to the limits, but Armel is punishing him for it. Just continues to do this. He's now 2 levels behind Armel as well. It's a level 6 versus level 4, and he gets glimpsed back. So March just wastes his TP. Alacrity going to have to run his way back up towards the mid lane. This is just as bad as you can get for an Ember start. And it's not so much that he's playing bad, but more so that Armel is abusing him with this TA. And March, of course, with the great rotations, just forcing him back and making his life a living hell. So now they direct their attention towards KYXY. I don't believe this will be any kind of kill attempt here, as KYXY is a bit too hard to kill on the Legion. And Armel about to hit that level 7 mark now. Alacrity just continuously having to salve himself up. He does have nuts in the back now, just in case they need it. They will jump in now. There's the Flame Guard, Magic Missile to follow, but the Mel dodge. Armel just dodging the stun. Nuts is just going to walk down the river. He's had enough of this. March now, just going to give him a bit of a Thunder Strike. KP may find KYXY. Though he doesn't have the ensnare available. So KYXY gonna walk over towards his shrine. Nuts is waiting there anyway.
Is under attack.
So 1-2, slight net worth lead for TNC, but an absolute clinic is happening in the mid lane. So you can imagine that Armel is probably going to have one of those very, very good Armel games. In fact, he's taking a lot of ancient stacks by himself.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That level advantage that he had is going to get a lot bigger. Oh, Nuts. Gonna say hello, Armel now. Throws down a trap. Nuts will be able to walk out of there. Armel will just get straight back to it as March now. Gonna rotate in after Nuts. Thunderstrike will be there. They can, of course, glimpse him back as well, but March was actually out of range. Now Hustler gonna rotate in. Glimpse back on the Sand King, but he already got the stun off, and now there's the follow-up Magic Missile. It looks like March's life has been forfeit. Will end up going down, so a nice rotation from the supports of RR. That'll even out the score 2-2.
Has been killed.
Courier's going down left, right, and center while this is happening. Looks like Tim's finds another one, and that was actually Alacrity's Courier.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Gabby now losing his own Courier as Hustler will end up finding it on the Sand King. Looking at that net worth graph, there's one hero right now that is quite far ahead of the others. Though speaking of that hero, they're trying to gank him up. They will get the chains as well as the flame guard off, and now the battle trance being popped as well, though Armel's still very healthy. Hustler moving in. Gabby is there to try and assist, though do they have detection? Apparently they do not, but the Sandstorm may be enough, and in fact it is. They will get the kill with the Remnant of Alacrity, but now he has no mana to get out of there. He's bottling his way up. Remnant's on cooldown.
She's under attack.
Treants will scout out Alacrity. And there's a song coming out from KP. They don't want to play around any longer. They want to ensure they get this kill, and that is exactly what they do. But Alacrity, I believe, will be very, very satisfied with that, considering he did finally get the TA.
I'll take it.
It would have been a fair bit of XP and gold going his way on the Ember.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier.
Meanwhile, Tim's is still on the hunt for couriers. This man just hates couriers. He's had enough of them. Just hunting them down one by one. Must have been all those years of support for Tim's. He just loves killing them off. KYXY looking to try and make a play on March, but he gets glimpsed back immediately. Look at that TA now. Armel has got the blink up. Going to be going straight into that Deso next, so a very standard TA build.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bims swipe a Bannerin away from the Radiant side.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks like RR going to try and force in that top T1, trying to get something out of these Bannerins being taken off them. KP is there to defend, and Drew is going to stick around for now at the very least. We're actually going to make a bit of a chase now to KP on that Naga Siren. Can't really lock him down though. The KP is delaying this tier 1 going down just with those illusions by themselves. RR will be there to clear them out though in the end. Nature's Wrath doing a fair bit of damage over to Hustler and Nuts. Both teams are quite satisfied with just trying to push in towers for now. They're not really interested in fighting too much yet. Looks like the T1 tower should finally go down. Drew will go ahead and clear that up, and now they're going to have a look for KP in the tree line, though KP has already looped around and is making a run for it. He'll pull the creep wave along with him. Here comes Nuts. Does he have Song? He does, but he won't proc it quite yet. KP just still walking away. Surely they just stun him up, and they do, but now the songs come out. KP, how do you get yourself out of this one? Well, you just TP. That's all that's required of the Naga Siren. And he does waste the time of 3 different heroes. Still though, RR, they do get the tier 1 tower, so I'm sure they're very satisfied nonetheless. Now they kind of set their sights on that tier 1 mid. Asla. Be there to defend that bot tier 1.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mel ends up finding the Sand King down at the bot lane, so Hustler does go down. It looks like TNC are going to start setting up for that bot tier 1 tower. And they do end up taking it out fairly easily. Thing is though, are doing the exact same thing up at the top tier 1, or excuse me, top tier 2. There will be a defense coming out from TNC though. They're not going to allow this to go down. March trying to get a glimpse off and does find it with the Static Storm and the Kinetic Field. They'll hold in that Troll Warlord, but where's the follow-up? Here comes Armel. That's the follow-up they needed. They'll heal up Drew, but it may not be enough. In fact, for now it is. He does also have the Battle Trance that he hasn't popped yet. He's still just going to keep making a run for it, and he's going to go for a TP play, but Armel, he will have the damage. Now Nuts, just trying to get out before Gabby finds him. Alacrity's there as well. But it looks like that will be the end of that. They do end up defending that tier 2 top. They do end up finding the troll kill. Now perhaps they may rotate onto the Alacrity. Armel is going to be there. Doesn't quite get the Meld Strike though. And Alacrity will just manage to remnant out.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Outpost to be taken prior to that 15-minute mark, but Hustler down at the bot lane does get a double Burrow Strike off. Armel though, the dust will be there and they do punish the Sand King for this, and they're going to get the outpost anyway. That is at least 1 for each side before that 15-minute mark hits. Armel just going to focus on pushing down this bot wave. Rest of RR just trying to keep up in terms of farm. Of course, they are 2k behind on the side of the Radiant.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There will be Sand King there to defend, so Armel will back off back towards his jungle.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Vampire Fangs now coming out as well for the Drow. Gabby going to be a bit happy about that. It's an Essence Ring now as well. RR to make a play throughout that mid lane. March is a very easy target to go for, and it looks like that's exactly what they're planning to do. Drow, Remnant in as well, and March is trying to run out of there, and in fact he does do so. Never mind though, Alacrity had the Sleight of Fist, but Gabby's there with the Gust. Still no follow-up onto the Ember. It was a 1-for-1 trade on the supports regardless. They did find Nuts, and now a nice song coming out. Disruptor will buy back. March immediately TPs back in for that kinetic field onto 2. Alacrity tries to remnant out, but doesn't quite get there. And now the 3-man ghast. Do they have the damage output? Drew is so darn low, but look at Alacrity. He just keeps moving forward onto March, looking for that dieback on the Disruptor. And it looks like March almost goes down, and does. The Sleight of Fist will be enough, and now KP will be targeted. They found Gabby as well. KP trying to run. Epicenter won't really reach him either. But still a 2-for-0 trade for the side of Reality Rift, and a dieback for that matter. And this Radiant side just doesn't seem to slow down. T1 mid goes down as well. And you would have thought that TNC would have been able to take that fight, but it just seemed like the side of RR were just so much tankier. Now straight into that Roshan pit it is. They are going to try and contest this TNC. KP doesn't have Song available though. Burrow Strike will be there on RML. They want to burst down this TA, and there's the duel coming out. Perfect from KYXY. They'll get the victory. KP just wants to get the hell out of there. Alacrity though is there with the chains, and KP is slowly but surely falling. They won't pursue as the buyback was there from the TA. And for now, RR do back off. The Roshan about half HP. We'll smoke up though. They're ready for another team fight already. KP has moved into the Roshan pit. There's a double chains there from Alacrity. Straight onto March. They found the Disruptor straight off the bat. A nice gust is there by Gabby, but it does nothing. Hustler looking for another target to Burrow Strike though. Here comes KP. Ensnare straight onto that Sankey, but he does Burrow Strike KP up. Still Hustler falling low, but not low enough. Tim's, he'll be the one to go down on the Nature's Prophet. Now they jump straight onto RML and try to find that dieback on the TA. The jewel is there from KYXY, and they will find the dieback. KP now trying to get the hell out of there, but Nuts swaps back at least the Drow Ranger. Gabby getting caught out with the Burrow Strike from Hustler. He's going to go down as well. Oh no, TNC are falling apart right now. Drew will end up finding KP on the Naga. It's going to be another 3-for-0 trade. Mind you, there was a buyback on Hustler to be fair, but it's a 12-8 2k net worth lead for RR, and they're going to find the Roshan to boot. And it just seems like this Radiant side, they've gotten into their groove now. The momentum's certainly their way, and TNC, it's a bit of a struggle for them right now. They can still come back into this game. They have the Naga, they have the Drow. Even Tim's on the Nature's Prophet can transition to a core quite well, but
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are
RR can keep this up. Could be another victory for them. Tim's. They'll spread out KYXY. He'll just go ahead and steal the outpost once again. Does get it just in the nick of time as well. Alacrity does manage to take that banner in, but may pay for it with his life. He's been silenced up. Remnant will be there, and now the song though will come out from KP. They have Tims to surround. He has one Remnant charge available. March though will static storm him up, and well, the silence almost pushes him out of the kinetic field. Still though, nice kill onto the Ember.
The seeds of fortune.
It was very important they punished him for taking that bounty. They need every kill they can get right now, TNC. See some clumsy nets coming out for either side.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
T1 going down mid lane. Nuts will end up denying it off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So a 12-9, 2k net worth lead remaining
Has fallen.
for RR.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A tier 2 tower, not going to be longed for this world. TNC not looking to defend this whatsoever. We'll go ahead and take it. Meanwhile, bot lane, however, they found Alacrity once again. It's a fantastic pickup for TNC. Just shutting down this Ember over and over again. Now they immediately just TP their way out. Apart from March, who's been left behind on the Disruptor, he doesn't go for the TP play, and it looks like he may pay for it, although he waited out the Burrow Strike, but there's the duel coming from KYXY. That's going to be more damage going this Legion Commander's way. It just seems that TNC are going to continue to waste the time of RR. Never allow them to feel comfortable across the map. Just continue forcing them to defend these waves that they're pushing in.
Dire's bottom tower.
With the Naga Siren, you can pretty much do this
Radiant's
constantly.
middle
There's
tower
just
is
no
under
end to it.
Dire's bottom tower
Still though,
has
Drew will
fallen.
find the bot T1. Looks like TNC though are setting up for the top tier 2 tower. They may even try to make a play onto Drew, but it looks like TNC aren't feeling as confident. They will back off. Back towards their own jungle. There is more farm to be had. You can see March and the Disruptor just going straight into the Aghanim Scepter rush. Understanding he is the main form of control for the team, and that Static Storm is so darn important throughout those team fights. But having them just stop anyone from using a BKB is even better. In fact, they will find Gabby though on the Drow. Gabby cops the epicenter, will not survive in KP. He used the song, but it was just a little bit too late. And with that now, RR may be feeling confident enough to go after that top tier 2 tower. They know the song's not there. That is exactly what they'll do.
Top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Drew goes straight up to the tier 3 now. He's just feeling so darn confident. So he's going to be slightly careful. He doesn't have anything like a BKB or a Satanic up yet, but he does have an Eye of Skadi.
His bottom tower is under attack.
TNC. I mean, the farm's just not there on the cause. Armel has done pretty well in terms of farm. He's second in net worth, but it just doesn't seem to transition to many kills on this TA. Perhaps with that BKB, things may be a little bit different. Of course, he still does have the 10-second charge. But RR, they've smoked up, looking for a target. Looks like they won't really find anybody, but they do secure quite a few bounty runes for themselves. TNC getting set up to try and go after Drew, but he does have plenty of help behind him. KP will throw out the ensnare. They do throw out the kinetic field up against Drew. It may not mean anything as he continues to move forward. He has basically his whole team there. Tim's just in the back lines. Just gonna get started on the bot tier 2. No need to stop. In fact, Burrow Strike will be there to hustle to get started on March. They got the duel off as well. Is March going to get any help? He'll get a song from KP. Still, the Sandstorm doing damage throughout this song, but March will eventually be able to walk his way out of that one. They lost the tier 2 bot tower regardless. And TNC now have no outer towers left standing.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
All couriers to die. Tim's, he's just on a mission once again, just not allowing any couriers to go out. Armel, meanwhile, just keeping those waves pushed in towards the Reality Rift end. But Alacrity is here to defend that top lane. And RR will just maintain their position down at the bot lane. They may try to make a play on Alacrity, and they do, but an immediate remnant away. There's just no lockdown for this Ember. Not without March there. KP doesn't have Song available. He'll go in with the dust, but immediate Burrow Strike is there from Hustler. Now they run up the hill. Tims will follow. They're trying after the Sand King, but they haven't got the greatest lockdown. Now a swap from Nuts will allow him to get out of the kinetic field. Nuts will just be the one to go down. Pretty sure that's not the kill TNC wanted, but they'll have to take what they get. Alright, we'll just back off to safety.
Flames will spread thrice.
They do have the option for the Roshan, which is up and available right now. Of course, TNC won't be allowing it to go down that easily, but if they wanted to force a team fight, that's the place to do it. Gabby. Seems like half his items are just from the jungle. Trying to pick up that that ethereal blade. Still a while away from it though. RR just continuing to stick as a team. They are not split up at any point. Apart from maybe Alacrity, but even this time he's around. We'll take that northeast or northwest outpost. TNC though, moving their way in. KP does have the song to set up and will just use the ensnare first. Now Drew will run straight after KP and does do a fair bit of damage towards him. But just keep Drew kinetic fielded up. He's still very, very healthy though. Doesn't seem very concerned whatsoever. In fact, I believe he has a Satanic coming out. And yeah, no, it was actually a BKB ad coming out. So now just perfect timing for the team fight. TNC will not go all the way. Looks like they are just out of there.
The seeds of fortune.
So Drew, gonna start off with the Roshan now. TNC though are in position to contest this Roshan. Of course, you do still have KP's song available. That multi-shot will scout out Drew farm for just going after that Roshan. They'll smoke up. How do you initiate though if you are the side of TNC? It's got to be the perfect song into the Static Storm, I believe. It's easier said than done. That Roshan is slowly but surely getting lower. They'll keep eyes on it from the side of TNC, just waiting, but there's the Burrow Strike onto Tims. They jump straight onto that Prophet, but the song comes in. Now the Static Storm onto 2, and Armel lining up, but he won't quite find the double side blaze. In fact, Alacrity does manage to get out of there. They will at least find the Venge, and they take down Hustler as well, but they're going to lose KP in the process, and now the side of RR starting to move forward. They want Gabby on that Drow. He's still perfectly safe though, as Drew now going to be forced to back off. Hustler ends up finding Tims on the Prophet. Now the Glimpse back. They found the Troll Waller, but still, he wants to man fight this. He'll take down March for his trouble and go straight after Armel. Epicenter is there as well, and Hustler going after Gabby on the Drow. Gabby trying to run, but it looks like he's going nowhere as Alacrity jumps in and finds the chains. They found Gabby. They found Armel on the TA. This looks like a disaster coming out for TNC as Armel is going to go down. And now KP, he just brought back. He really doesn't want to die like this, but it looks like he may have no choice. In fact, no, he will blink out of there, but that Roshan is going to be given away to the side of RR. There's just nothing TNC can do about it. It's a 3v5 situation without those buybacks available. Drew will go ahead and clean it up by himself. Looks like Alacrity will go ahead and pick up the cheese. You look to that mid lane, KYXY, he has not allowed the lane to push out. He's just pushing in the tier 3 tower by himself, getting it set up for his team. The rest of RR slowly but surely making their way up towards that tier 3 as well. You'll have Gabby back just in the nick of time, but I don't know if that's going to be quite enough to defend this Rax. The Rain Drax gone and the melee barracks almost down, but KP, a very, very nice song. He's grouped up 3 together. Do they have the Static Storm? Yeah, they definitely do with the Aghanim Scepter upgrade as well. It's a lot of damage nuts. He'll go down straight away, but can they take down the Troll? Drew just BKB'd up, man fighting Armel, and Armel's gone. He has no buyback. Gabby will be the next target. It's already 2 for 1, and it looks like the GG call has been made by TNC. And ladies and gentlemen, you better get your fidget spinners out, because Reality Rift have gone undefeated today. 4-0. 2-0 TNC of all teams. And of course, you've got to keep in mind that it is a brand new patch, so there is a lot to be learnt from every single team, but apparently Reality Rift do look pretty strong in this patch. And so, they will go 4-0 today. Of course, we do have one more series coming up for the SEA Closed Qualifiers. We are going to cast Adroit versus Neon Esports. It is MLP Dota, and we'll be back with you very, very soon for that last series of the day. Won't be too long.